Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, it's crazy when you look at these pictures in the press conference with Vladimir Klitschko and you look at everyone's reaction to what Tyson Fury is doing, and they just have this look on their face like, man, this is the craziest shit that I have ever seen. And it probably was. So AKA Batman, AKA Scarface, AKA Make It Rain with Cocaine, I made that one up, Tyson Fury has recently called out the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder. Since we all know that Deontay Wilder, he no longer has an opponent because his opponent, Warizik, just failed or test positive for PEDs. So now Deontay Wilder is scrambling for an opponent. And Tyson Fury, he said that he's willing to actually step in and face Deontay Wilder this February. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and read exactly what he had to say on his Twitter account directed towards Deontay Wilder. Quote, "If you don't find an opponent, I'll fight you on your date in February. I only need 5 weeks for a bum like you, son. This is the only fight. And by the way, please stop fighting tomato cans. You're the WBC heavyweight champion. Beat up some proper fighters, not bums." End quote. Now, because Tyson Fury's reputation of being Batman and the Joker, a lot of people aren't really taking this offer serious. On top of that, a fight of this magnitude would definitely be promoted to the highest stratosphere. Meaning, the majority of times, I should say, a fight of this magnitude, they would need at least a good 3 to 4 months to promote it properly. Now, there are exceptions, and I'll get into that in a minute. But once again, when it comes to this, challenge that Tyson Fury threw out there, to me, I felt this was just another way to, diss Deontay Wilder and clown him, accuse him of fighting tomato cans and bums. It was just another way for him to basically talk crap. I don't believe Tyson Fury would get in the ring. Maybe he would, but 5 weeks notice, you're going against one of the hardest punchers in the division. It's hard for me to believe that Tyson Fury would actually take the fight, but who knows? You never really know what Tyson is really thinking. No doubt about it, Tyson Fury is a really good heavyweight. You got to give him credit. He's the first man to beat Vladimir Klitschko, who was the lineal heavyweight champion. He was the first man to beat him in the last, 10 years? So there's no doubt about it, Tyson Fury, when his head is on right and he's completely focused, he is a threat to anyone. And quite frankly, a lot of people believe that Tyson Fury would actually beat Deontay Wilder. Or maybe I should say some people believe that, because I'm not one of them. I believe Deontay Wilder, he knocks out Tyson Fury eventually with that straight left. But, with that all being said, I want to close out by talking about the accusations of Deontay Wilder fighting nothing but bombs, etc., etc. Now, it's understandable for Tyson Fury to say something like that because he's in the talking smack business. But when I hear decafs on the internet say this kind of stuff, and the reason why I call them decafs, because we all know decafs are fans that often base things on emotion. They often contradict themselves, using many double standards. So I ask the decafs this question right now. And it's a rhetorical question, of course. But are you guys saying that if Deontay Wilder, or when Deontay Wilder fights Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Joseph Parker, which are all champions, at least Tyson Fury is, a vacated champion. He didn't lose his belt. They took his belt from him. But the point is, if Wilder were to fight all of these top-notch guys, are you decaf saying then you're going to treat him the way you treat fighters on the hope list? For example, when Golovkin was fighting Marco Antonio Rubio, the same fans that are calling Deontay Wilder a tomato can picker, a cherry picker, etc., the same fans, they were defending and praising Golovkin and saying he's the best middleweight since Marvin Hagler. This is what they were saying when Golovkin was fighting Marco Antonio Rubio. When Golovkin stopped Willie Monroe, I was there covering this fight live, by the way. Fans and even some members of the media were praising this man Golovkin like he had just knocked out Andre Ward. They were praising this man like he had just beat Marvin Hagler after he beat Willie Monroe. And then when other professional boxers, not even just myself, when other professional boxers who do this for a living, other people in the boxing industry, when they criticize Gennady Golovkin's competition, along with myself, you know what these same fans who are calling Deontay Wilder a cherry picker, etc., you know what they said in defense of Gennady Golovkin? They said, oh, you guys are just jealous. You guys are just hating and you guys are just jealous. Oh, it's just jealousy. Oh, so you're saying you guys are just jealous of Deontay Wilder. Is that what it is? You see how ignorant ass logic can be used to make you look like a damn fool? The point of this all is this is how great it is when you have this fantastic hope insurance. That's right. When you get this hope card, it covers everything. You fighting the weakest competition, it's covered. Not only are they going to defend you, but they're going to praise that competition as some of the greatest competition out there. You give up your belt because an opponent is too tough, you're covered. You got one of the pound for pound top 3 best fighters in the world calling you out. You turn down him to fight a much lesser opponent. Don't worry about it. Your insurance covers all of that. That's how good it is to have the hope insurance. So at the end of the day, hopefully Wilder and Fury, they do fight. Now, me personally, I would love for them to fight in February. That would be huge, but I don't believe it's going to happen. So we'll see who the opponent is. Now, one thing I will say, or something else I want to add, is when you hear decavs use the excuse they don't like Wilder because of his level of competition, first of all, I've already debunked that as a contradiction because these are the same fans that will do anything to defend fighters on the hope list. But to further prove my point that this has absolutely nothing to do with Deontay Wilder's level of opposition, and it's more of just because he's on the coincidental list, is the fact that when Deontay Wilder first stepped up in competition and when he beat and dominated Bermane Stiverne, a fighter that was almost the favorite to beat Deontay Wilder, these fans still did not praise Wilder the way they praised Golovkin when he knocked out Marco Antonio Rubio. So that right there clearly lets us know what time it is. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.